Yo, what is going on, guys? Brew and Steel here, and Game 4 has come to an end, and that's gonna do it, folks. My Boston Celtics defeat the Brooklyn Nets in Game 4 in a four-game sweep, winning the series 4-0, as a final score as 116 to 112. What a hell of a game, and I gotta give the Nets props where it's I just gotta give the Nets props on like a tremendous performance. Like Kevin Durant went ham tonight, and that made me nervous a little bit. I'm sure Kevin Durant going off made every single Celtics fan out there nervous. It just Kevin Durant was just killing you guys. And just Kevin Durant was just all over the place making shots, and this is what happens if we didn't play. This would be a nightmare if we didn't play good defense on this guy in games 1, 2, and 3. Like that's just that. So, anyways, talking about this game, I just want to say, we played well in the first half, but like it was late in the second quarter, and these guys are out there. Like it's just a nightmare in the late second quarter. We made stupid mistakes, and there were some questionable calls. Like I don't know, it was second half. Someone got tripped up. Like I believe it was Jaylen Brown, and Dragic got called for the foul, and then the Steve Nash was upset, and many Brooklyn Nets were upset as well. So, but Jayson Tatum, man, 29 points, 37 minutes, three rebounds, and five assists. So, Jayson Tatum, man, we needed him, and he got five fouls. They challenged the fifth foul on Jayson Tatum, but it was unsuccessful. So he sat down with only like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and It was the coach's decision to put him in or not. Emilio, Emilio Duga is just deciding if to put Tatum back. He does put Tatum back, and Tatum gets another foul, his sixth foul, and he's fouled out. And I'm thinking to myself, oh man, this is the end. Like we need Jason Tatum, but Grant Williams, man. Let me talk about Grant Williams. This guy hit two three-pointers in a row. Grant Williams is a beast. Al Holford is a complete beast as well, hitting a couple threes as well. Al Holford has 13 points. Daniel Tice. Let me talk about the issue with Daniel Tice at the beginning of the game. You had several opportunities to get a rebound, but you just can't hold on to the ball, man. You gotta hold on to the ball when you get the rebound. I think like I think you I think you couldn't hold on to the ball like a couple times, 4 or 5 times, and that's just not necessary. That's just unacceptable, Daniel Tice. If you were to hold onto the ball those times, you could have just put it up, and those are easy points. We could have get those points off of those rebounds that you couldn't get. But Jaylen Brown is amazing. He made some great shots. 22 points, 38 minutes on the floor. Marcus Smart, man, 20 points. He's just a beast. Derek White with 9 point. Robert Williams with three. Peyton Pritchard only played 9 minutes, 0 points. I know, but he was unbelievable in game two. He was unbelievable in game three, and that's fine by me. That's good enough for a player. Um, but Jason Tatum fouled out, and I'm like, oh my god, we need something happen. And in the ball moment, Al Horford, the combination between Al Horford and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, those guys are playmakers. Like they made plays. Um, Fourth quarter was a heart attack for the last couple seconds of the game because Jason Tatum fouled out, and it was a nightmare for us. But Kevin Durant and Kyrie just made points, and Seth Curry, man. Let me look at this Nets players. Kevin Durant, 39 points. This is the best game he played. My question is, where was this Kevin Durant in games 1, 2, and 3? Like, where was this Kevin Durant? He came out of nowhere. He killed you on shots. What this Celtics defense did to the Nets in games 1, 2, and 3, the Nets just got their revenge on us in game four. But we won. Look, we won, but we couldn't neutralize Kevin Durant. 39 points. We gave up 39 points to Kevin Durant. Kyrie had 20, which was like we were able to stop Kyrie, and Look, Steve Nash decided to sit Andre Drummond. I mean, I could understand he was like kind of quiet throughout the games. But Andre Drummond, in my opinion, he is a great rebounder. So, but Steve Nash actually had brains this time. He put in Dragic with who had 10 points. Dragic killed us a couple times. He had a nice look, these Nets players killed us in the paint, leaving spots wide open in the paint. Kevin Durant can just run run into the paint and get a layup. They're just running in the paint, and their Celtics player just standing there doing nothing. Dragic has a nice layup that drive in. They keep driving and killing our defense, and the Celtics players are there just standing doing nothing. They're just chickens without their heads. Like they're just with their necks cut off or something. Their heads cut off, standing like chickens or something. Um, but Seth Curry had 23 points. Kyrie Irving is 20. Seth Curry killed us on threes. Patty Mills has had 5. Blake Griffin, 18 minutes. Look, Brooklyn Nets fans love Blake Griffin. Like I said in my Game 3 post-game video, sorry. I respect the heck out of Blake Griffin. And he had 0 points, but he's a hell of a player in my opinion. Um, fourth quarter comes and we get a big lead. We're up by like 10, 12 points. And, we just make stupid mistakes, turnovers, and I'm thinking to myself, the Nets cut the lead to like 1-3. And thankfully, there was a good ball movement between, I think it was Jaylen Brown. I can't remember the two, but it was a good play. Kevin Durant was at the line shooting two with like to try to make it a 1 point game, but he missed the second free throw. Speaking of free throws, this dude is so bad. He missed most of his free throws today. Clayton had 13 points, but he was just god awful at the line. Nick Claxton, whatever his name is, he's just so horrible on the free throw. I don't know why you guys have this guy, but look, Kevin Durant is a hell of a player, 39 points, and let's look at the stats. The stats number on this. Field goals. We were 42 and 89. That's 47.2%. And the Brooklyn Nets were 41 and 81, which is 50.6%. Both teams were pretty bad on threes, I'm guessing, but we were 14 and 35, that's 40%, and the Brooklyn Nets were 13 and 35, 37.1% of three-pointers. Free throws, we were the better free thrower tonight. Like I said about Nick Claxton, he couldn't make a free throw. He finally made his first free throw, I think, of the night, like later in the second half. But they were 17 and 29, 58.6% of free throws. Where the Boston Celtics, they were 18 and 21, 81.8% of free throws. We were the better free thrower. We lead the total rebounds with 45 total rebounds, when the Nets are 38. And offensive rebounds, we had 10. The Nets had 8. We had 26 assists, and the Nets had 8. We had 4 block shots where the Nets had 7, and the steals. We had 3 steals, the Nets had 5, and the turnovers. We had 13 turnovers, 10 turnover for the Nets. Points in the paint, 44 points in the paint for the Boston Celtics, and 32 points in the paint for the Nets. But it just feels like the Nets just drove in the ball so easily. And like I said, there's Celtics players everywhere, just like standing there with their heads cut off or something, not doing anything. And we had 28 personal fouls, 23 personal fouls for the Nets. So that's just that. But anyways, that's just the Nets. I feel like the Nets could have gotten a comeback, but Kevin Durant probably played his best game of the playoffs. Like Game 4 was Kevin Durant's best game of the playoffs, and like what happened in Games 1? What happened in Games 2? What happened in Game 3? Like if you had this Kevin Durant, this Nets team could have upsetted this Boston Celtics team, and look, there were questionable calls. Um, there was a Boston Celtics player. I think it was Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown, kind of tripped up Goran Dragic, and fans thought it was a foul, but they didn't call it. But like Jaylen Brown got caught up, and people thought he just tripped, but apparently Goran Dragic got the call. But that's just my opinion. I think it wasn't a call. I thought he just tripped up. Jaylen Brown tripped up, but it is what it is. Um, but Grant Williams shot two threes. Grant Williams is a complete beast. Look, Daniel Tice at the beginning of the game, he struggled to catch the ball in the air. Like he got the rebound, he had it, but he just couldn't hold on. Like if you were able to hold on to that, it just that's just that. And then we were hitting threes. Jason Tatum was amazing. The fact that, but despite him getting fouled out, I was like, oh my god, we need something. We need Al Horford to make a play. We need someone out there to make a play. And Marcus Smart's Defensive Player of the Year, Player of the Year award, player whatever, he can make a play. Um, that's just that's just that. Jaylen Brown was out there making plays. Derek White too. But the problem that I had with this is just every time we get a lead, it happened in game three. As I mentioned, it happened in game three. Like this is just every time we get a lead, we make stupid fouls. We just can't make shots. We just keep going for threes. I mean, just get 2 points at least. And I mean that's just that. But overall, we couldn't neutralize Kevin Durant tonight. I just feel like maybe we just I just feel like the Celtics like, oh, we're gonna beat them anyway. Just let Kevin Durant have his spotlight, just despite I mean like, but this defense shut down Kyrie and Kevin Durant really good. Seth Curry killed us in the series. Bruce Brown Jr. only had two. He was pretty silent in this game, but Bruce Brown, game three killed you guys, and Seth Curry killed you guys in this game. 23 points, the most points on the team. Well, second, sorry. Kevin Durant just went ham on us with 39. But anyways, that's all I have to say about this game. The Boston Celtics get the job done with the sweep, and we move on to the second round, the Eastern Conference Semifinals, and we wait the winner of the Milwaukee Bucks or the Chicago Bulls series. Most likely is looking for the Milwaukee Bucks. We look like we're going to face the Bucks. If so, it's going to be redemption time from 2019 where they beat us in 5 games. And I'm telling you, Giannis is a hell of a player, and they're the defending champions. So anyways, Boston Celtics get the job done, 116-112. We complete the sweep, and I just have to say, look, I respect the Brooklyn Nets. You guys are an amazing team, and I want to give a shout out to the Brooklyn Nets organization and fans on a awesome series. It was fun, and I wish you all the best for you guys next season. And look, people are gonna say, "Oh, well, they suck." I mean, look, I respect the hell of Kevin Durant. I respect the hell of Kyrie. You guys have a superior team, and the Celtics were just too good for you guys. But I still respect you guys. But anyways, we complete the sweep and we move on to the second round. I'll have my second round preview for you guys. But anyways, go Celtics. I'm Bruin still 4-0 series win. We move on. My Boston Celtics move on to the second round. Let's go. I'm out.